Hi, how are we doing today? Happy Friday is here. Uh, and wherever you're watching in the world, it might be a different day, mightn't it? So I know we've got lots of people all over the world watching. So let's have a little look because as we head in towards spring in the UK, we start to see different light, don't we, coming in. So we have different length of light during the day. And this is often when people start to struggle with their sleep. So we also have lots of people on that are through menopause and beyond, because that's my client base, basically, people who are perimenopausal and beyond. And a lot of people struggle with those sleep patterns through those times. And there's a lot of things that you can do to help with the menopause reactions and things like that. You know, people who have hot sweats, itching skin crawling, maybe, you know, you're suffering from migraines, maybe you are suffering from, you know, just mental issues going on where you don't feel you can sleep because you can't put them to bed, a little bit of anxiety, which again, then because you're not sleeping can feel like you're creating more anxiety and become more of a worry. So let's have a look at a few sleep tips that you can do. Just let's cover, I have got a whole list of about 20 sleep tips. I'm not going to go all the way down there. What I'm going to say to you that is, if this is some help to you, is that I do an online plan called the Body Mind Project, and this morning we went through the whole of those 20 sleep tips and helped, you know, regulate our sleep as we move forward. And it's important to keep checking in on sleep because, you know, just because you get it right for a few months, it doesn't mean to say that's it, you've got it cracked then. You know, you'll have a look, just like eating habits can go out and beyond. You know, we can have the same things going on with the sleep tips. You suddenly realize, actually, I have changed all my sleep things. Now, one of the big ones is if you've been on holiday, that's quite a one to try and get yourself back into regulation after you've been on holiday is quite tough. So what I tend to do with my fitness holiday people before they go away, because we get up and exercise about 7 a.m. in the morning in Greece. And so 7 a.m. in the morning in Greece is actually 5 a.m. over here. So about a month before we go away, I suggest to them that they start to wake up 15 minutes before every week, like, you know, over a couple of months, about a couple of months if you can, 15 minutes, start waking up 15 minutes. So it's a gradual process of changing your body clock. And this is what we need to do. It's the same actually if maybe you've changed your job and stuff, or you're going to change job and you're going to be starting to wake up earlier. This can have an effect on your sleep patterns as well. So start to always look forward and think, right, how can I make this an easy transition? And what that is looking at those 15-minute increments of changing your body time before you go to bed. So routines and rituals are the main thing that you can do to try and assist your sleep patterns. So even weekends, okay, what we tend to do, don't we, is like we work hard all week. Our working days probably like you're waking up 6 or 7 a.m. and then you're going out and you're doing your full day's work, and you get to bed, 10, maximum 10 for your 8 hours sleep the next day. That's what we should be doing, yes? So if you're up at 6, 10's too late. You need to be in bed by 9, at least 8 o'clock. So what you need to be looking at is you need to be winding down 2 hours before you go to sleep. We need to be turning off the access to phones. That's a huge one. It's massive. It stimulates your brain, which then has an effect on the body. And ladies who are in menopause and beyond, you know, we can suffer from restless leg syndrome, and screens can activate that. They can really make you feel jittery and start to get jumpy legs. So get those screens off. Number one, that is really important. 2 hours before you get to bed, those text messages have to be gone. Number two is that if you are someone who likes to watch television or read a book, make sure that it's a romance or it's something that isn't, again, getting you on high alert. Don't be watching an action-packed episode of something if it's going to get your adrenaline going and going to kickstart that. So check in with what you're watching, check in with what you're listening to, if you're listening to Audible or if you're reading a book. Finish the day on a happy mood, yeah? Number one, this was big, this is huge. So caffeine can have an effect with people in menopause, but if you're not affected, still do check in on any caffeine, no caffeine after 12 midday, because this can massively affect the patterns. And I know if you've been a regular coffee drinker or green tea, I'm a green tea drinker and I have to regulate that, then make sure, and tea has a certain amount of caffeine. So cut your caffeine down and keep it to before 12 in the midday. No angry conversations. Don't start confrontations late at night. Don't start confrontations in the afternoon if you can help it. Do them all in the morning. If you've got things on your mind and you find that things are waking you up in the night, another tip is keep a journal next to you. So that's like your waste dump, all right? You need that waste dump of putting everything down on the journal. So what happens when you sleep, which is why it's really, really important? Well, because of in menopause, the estrogen changes in your body, it does have a lot of disruptions with hot flushes and all the symptoms that we can think of, itchiness and different types of stuff that, if you want to know more, I've got Men Solutions program. Take a look at that if you're on the page or on my website. There's plenty of information, deep information on menopause on that as well. So what happens is we have something called the glymphatic system. The glymphatic system are tubes that are carrying fresh liquid to and from the brain, sending fresh liquid to the brain, and the toxic waste of the old liquid out. It's flushing that out. And it is more prevalent in sleep. So we need that, because all those thoughts, all those stresses, the anxiety episodes that we can get, the brain fog that we can get during menopause and perimenopause especially, and beyond, is really massively helped by this sleep pattern. But finally, I'm going to end it with one more thing. Do not stress if you can't get your sleep. If you can't get your sleep, listen, it's normal. It's quite normal for sometimes to not be able to sleep. This is a normal process. So don't be panicking that everyone says you've got to get 8 hours. We try. It's between 7, 8, 9 hours is said to be the best amount of sleep that we can have. But we try. And if you are trying and you're not getting it, then okay, don't overstress it. You just go with what you can, relax, do lots of those things that I've already suggested that you put in place. Try that, okay? If not, there's lots more other things we can do. And if you really are struggling, go see the doctor, but he will probably suggest that you put all these things in place first. There's a lot of things that we can do. So other things that we need to look at is making sure that you've got exercise and fresh air. That's massive. Exercise and fresh air during the day, and that you aren't spending lots of time indoors. All right, because that really does have a massive effect on your body. With the light, the darkened light, with the nights now drawing out and the mornings drawing out, you will be feeling more alert. Some people are going to be better regulated with their sleep patterns during this time, but some people are going to notice the effects, and because with the darkness, melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, is stimulated, and this gives us a more tired and lethargic period, so that we can it does start to help to unwind. We get the winter, we close the curtains, we are cozy, lights off, movie on, whatever. And then we start to unwind. And now, because of the light changes in the spring, as you start to, in the spring or wherever you are, maybe the lights changing as well as will be and affecting you, then you just got to take into consideration of those and start to work with that 15-minute switch over that I was saying in the beginning of this. Maybe that's going to help you a little bit, just shifting your sleep times a tiny bit to the waking times if you can. Weekends, do try to get the same times of going to bed. Maybe a lot of people, you get invites, don't we, out at the weekends, and some people, you'll be out there till midnight, beyond 3, 4, some people, and I've done it myself in the past. But this is going to really mess up your sleep patterns for the rest of the week. It's going to make you feel energy is low. And so do try and stay with it. Start to, meet people earlier, go out earlier and get home earlier. But if you're having fun like me, you don't want to go home. And that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, I can hear some people saying that. But Gail, yeah, we know you never want to go home. So I hope this helps. Drop into the comments if I can help you anymore on that situation, or drop me a message and I'll help you. Have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow for some more tips.